Because the whole point of getting unique information is not necessarily that the whole article, the whole blog post has to be new. Obviously, we are not inventing new information, but just snippets of unique content in your blog post is going to make it stand out. Hello guys, it's me Catherine. Welcome to my channel. It's been a long while, but here I am once again with an awesome with awesome content. Okay, so we are going to talk about research strategies for freelance writers, and these are going to be unique sources of information that you can use to get content for your articles. You know, have you ever been in a situation where a client requests you to write an article and you do a Google search and you get nothing, no information on the same topic? Or your client like insists on writing unique content, original content, and you're wondering where will I get this unique content, because everything you're getting is written on another article on the web. So these are secret strategies, ways in which top writers use to get unique content. So we'll get right into it. The first one is YouTube. So I'm going to start with the most common, the ones that are not too strange, and then I'll add with the ones that are very unique. So YouTube is one way you can get unique content. The best way to use YouTube is when you're writing information or an article, a blog post about how to do something, the how to articles. Because on YouTube you'll be able to see a demonstration of how you're going to carry out the steps in that procedure. So YouTube is one of the best sources of information. The second one is Google. That's Google Scholar, Google Scholar. So probably you've been able to use this before, but some of you actually forget to search on Google Scholar. I'm going to show you how to do a search on Google Scholar. So this is Google Scholar. When you want to find, articles or research papers on a certain topic, you just type it here on this search space. But how do you get there? You just do a Google search and search for Google Scholar. And you select the website that comes up at the top. So that's how you get to Google Scholar. The third method is searching for news. Okay, this is one of the most unique ways you can get unique content for your blog post. So let me show you how you're going to be searching for news information. So here I'll use an example of this is actually a topic I've ever written about, okay? Ship sharing. So if you do a Google search, this is how you will get the results on Google. This is how they appear. As you can see, you'll get other articles talking about ship sharing, starting with Wikipedia. Then there's this other one, Ship 101. So there are different articles about ship sharing. But what happens when you click on this tab, you can see here the news tab. You will get news articles about ship sharing. And this is going to be very helpful. It will make your content very unique. Let's take an example of this second one. So here, the title of this news article is Marie Preble sets new ship sharing record. What I was writing about how fast, like different things. So one of the subtopics was how fast does a sharer share one ship. So in your examples, instead of just saying, okay, maybe a professional sharer can take maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes, after saying all that, you can come to this page on the news column on Google, and using this article, linking to this news article, you'll see an example is this Marie lady who set a new record of sharing ship, and then you link to this news article. So that's going to make your content unique, because the whole point of getting unique information is not necessarily that the whole article, the whole blog post has to be new. Obviously, we are not inventing new information, but just snippets of unique content in your blog post is going to make it stand out. The fourth source that I'm going to talk about is advanced Google searches. So I've ever talked about this before, but in case you missed it, these are the different Google searches that you can carry out. You don't have to just write the keyword on the Google search, like what I just wrote, ship sharing. You don't have to just write that. So if you want to get information from educational sites, like universities, this is what you're going to type on Google. You'll write site, put a colon, edu, which is like this the domain name for educational sites, and then now you write your search term. So here's an example here below: site, then colon, edu, and then ship sharing. So you can do the same if you want a government site, you want a specific organization, or a website for an organization, because that's like credible, credible sources of information. And then apart from that, apart from using these domains, you can specify the kind of document you want, the kind of article you want to see on Google, on your Google search. So you'll specify the file type. And why is this important? Because most of these file types, like when you get a document or a PDF or a Word document on the internet, it's probably, there's a chance it will be like official information, okay? So like maybe information that was passed by a government or a professional organization and all that. So that's another way you can get unique content for your articles. Now we're getting to the unique, the very, very unique and rarely used sources. So this fifth one and sixth one are very unique. So this one, online stores. I know by giving the example of Amazon makes you feel like, okay, this is something that you already know about. But I want to show you how you're going to get information from online stores. Not only Amazon, I've written Amazon, I've specified Amazon because that's one of the, everyone knows about Amazon. But you can get information from any online store. So let's look at that. So here's an example of an article I once wrote. We were writing on washable paint. So the topic of the article was best washable matte white paint. But on doing a Google search, I actually did not get any article about best washable matte white paint. I could get articles on washable white paint or just matte white paint, the best white paint, And then when searching on, this is now what most people do. You'll come to Amazon.com and then you'll search for the same topic. So in this case, washable matte white paint. But guess what? When you search, when you look at these results, you'll find that most of them are not giving the kind of product you're looking for. Most of them are kids, like kids paints for kids to play with and all that. But you're looking, what the client wanted was, paint for like painting walls and all that. So when you search here on the first page of Amazon, you won't get, scanning through, you won't get any product like that's ideal. So what do? You can actually search on this page using Control F, and then you search here. So you'll write, you can write here matte to see which one of these are actually matte paint. So here, there's an example here. And when you click on this, you'll find that this is actually an ideal product, that you can list for this blog post. Then you'll continue scrolling, you'll check here ultra matte white. So the thing is, you will open each of these products and do further research, read through the listing and find out if it actually meets the requirements for the blog post you're writing, the article you're writing. So I've said this, some people do their product research when they're writing a product review. They do the product research only using other articles. And it makes sense because sometimes you may not be sure which is the best product to list for a specific product review article. But when you search directly on Amazon, you can actually get more options. And when you click on a specific product, you will get further information to include in your product review article and all that. So this is information that you can use not only for product reviews, but also when you're writing any other article that will, you can get more information from what the sellers have put in their products, okay? So that's another one. So the final one, the sixth one. The sixth method of getting unique information is from offline shops and businesses, okay? So this is going to be very interesting. I'll use an example of actually an article that you were writing at one point. I was writing for an agency. So the topic was, do record players spin clockwise? So I'm going to give you some background information so that you can understand how this came about, like how it came about that I needed to get more information. So as I did my research, I did the normal Google search, as you can see I've written here. I did the Google search, and while searching, apparently some articles were saying that these record players spin clockwise everywhere in the world apart from Australia, where they were saying that in Australia, these record players spin anti-clockwise. But most of those places that were talking about that were like forums or social media. So there was no confirmation that actually this record players spin anti-clockwise in Australia. So what did I do? I actually contacted a shop that sells record players in Australia. And this is how you go about it. Just do a Google search, record player shops in Australia. And then you'll scroll down. Okay, this is the top. So you'll scroll down and get the section where there are shops. And you can click on each of them. So let's just click on this one, like Urban, it's called what? Urban Records. And what you do, you will look for the phone number. Yes, you will look for the phone number. You can see it here, I've highlighted, and you will call that store. Guys, have you ever done this? Like, if you've ever done this, make sure you comment down below, like, yes, I've ever called a shop to get information, or called someone online to get information. And by the way, if you're liking this content, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe if you haven't, because I give such awesome information about freelance writing and different ways of making money online. So yes, as I was saying, you will call this number. And I'm sure you're wondering, so how will I call these guys? Like, it will be so expensive, and and I'm not even sure if I will, be able to communicate well with these people. So you will easily use Skype. Just load credit on Skype, buy credit on Skype. I don't know if you've ever done that, but you have to do it at least once. Load credit, just do a Google search. How do I purchase Skype credit? And you will get this article explaining how you can purchase Skype credit. And then you will call using your Skype. You can call a phone number using your Skype. And guys, it is so cheap. Actually, I think it's cheaper than local rates, like calling local numbers on your on your mobile phone. So you will call these guys, and in case you're afraid, like you may not like be able to understand them very well, because of accents and all that, just record the call. Okay, like you can be calling on your phone and you record with another phone, like just the way you record audio, and you put the phone you're calling with on speaker, or on your laptop you put it on loudspeaker, then you record, so that after, in case there was something you missed, you can be able to listen again and be sure you got the right thing. But guys, this is like next level of getting unique content. Okay, and this is not the only place you will be sourcing. You can call people. Another way okay, let me just conclude my story. So what I did, this was the store I called another store, and I asked the person, the attendant, like, if, because they are in Australia, I was like, so do record players spin clockwise or anti-clockwise in Australia? Okay, I didn't say exactly that, but like I first introduced myself and all that, and then explained that I was writing an article. And then what I did to encourage this person to give you information, I told them that I can quote them. I actually requested, because maybe someone may not want to be quoted. So I requested if I can quote them, and I asked for their name. So it was one of the statements in the article, and I said it was really unique, because now in the article I said everyone, like, record players spin clockwise, but some people, there is like something like a myth that in Australia, the record players spin anti-clockwise. However, this is not true. And because when record players spin anti-clockwise, they will be damaged and all that. And this was confirmed by so and so from such and such shop in Australia, who said that, and then I quoted him. And guys, that makes your content so unique. So you don't have to do this every time, but every once in a while, if you get information that you think is very unique and stands out, like now that, do you think there's any other article online that says that? I don't think. I think maybe after what I wrote, someone else would write the same thing, but I can't give you the article that I actually wrote because it was a ghostwriting project, and I don't have the freedom to share with you that article. But that's exactly what I did. So guys, this is amazing. This is one of the unique sources of information. Okay, so I think I've said enough, but the last thing is that the shops, and so the online shops and the offline shops, physical stores, are are very ideal places for getting information. And for both of them, you can actually call the people. So instead of calling just shops, you can also call experts. So just do a Google search. Like if you're writing about animals, you can do a Google search about vets, and then you call the number on that website, and you can talk to the veterinarian, and then you ask them some questions. So if you're writing an article for a client abroad, like in the US, in the UK, make sure your information is, like, if you're calling an expert, call someone who is based in that same country. So those are the 6 ways of getting unique content for your blog post. So guys, let me know in the comment below, like, which one of these research strategies have you never used? I'm just curious, which one have you never used? And you can also tell me which one you have ever used. And then, do you know of any other unique research tips, like ways or sources of information that you can share with the rest of us? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, let's continue engaging. Okay, guys, bye for now. Have a great day. All the best with the freelance writing. Goodbye. God bless you.